how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Disco Elysium, shall we? Well, I've been doing some thinking about the game, chatting with Rob, Anastasia, thinking about where I'm at, and I feel that I misunderstood the way that the game worked in terms of your leveling up. And I completely, what's the right way to explain this? I basically botched my ability to use the level up as a means for progressing in the game in the present instead of, for some future scenario. I was doing like a more RPing thing. I thought logic was good, and it is. But what I need to be doing, and what I will do every time I level up from here on out, is take a look at the map and then look at all of the checks that I can redo or do and level up based on what I need to do to get through some of these checks, that so I can try to get further in the game. So that's one bit of it. It looks like I got some other thoughts that I could potentially work on. I could also think about unlocking more thought areas, but anyway. That's fine. I just didn't understand or, optimally play. It's my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do instead is go back into my bag, and I'm going to interact with my ledger again, and just spend some time reading this.
In the trash, a cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
So I want to, for example, open my ledger, but I need interfacing to do that. And I have a little bit of time. I have about 2 hours and 10 minutes until it's time to meet up with the man who comes back to his apartment. So I'm going to just pass some time by looking at some case files.
Half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
See, it's a half hour, so this will pass a half hour. Unsolvable case.
A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. A.K.A. The public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years.
That's funny.
On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable.
I took it because I've got a death wish.
Leslie will always
I'm a
take
masochist.
his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration.
I mean, not for the first offense, but for subsequent events, I'm sure they are, right?
The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Yep. The expression is in full effect, as you could see in the lower left of the screen, looking at me in its, I don't know, seductive, shameful, embarrassed, criminal way. Couldn't we just keep him off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is.
What?
Can you keep yourself off the streets?
No, I can't.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station. locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
I mean, you still got to keep finding them anyway.
It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Let me go back up and see. Leslie is public indecency.
Good, you're learning.
I am.
If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you.
Yeah.
The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger.
Maybe he broke it.
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face.
Good.
Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Class act.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permanent
This is what I'm talking about. I can't get it open.
Shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke.
I wonder if... I was hoping my badge was in there or something like that, but I wonder if it's like a photograph of my ex-wife or something. Some kind of keepsake, if he's going to cry about it.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Okay.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
I solved it by just going into a drunken rampage and beating Burke into a wheelchair. That's some kind of justice.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Okay. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it, too, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, because they felt it's intellectual.
That's right. And drank coffee.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
How was the case solved? Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Well, we've got a half hour to go. Perfect. Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum 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 at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, what? How?
Beaten to death by by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner JM, only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Okay, fine. I'm with it.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills.
Okay.
Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey.
Yikes.
Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Okay.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Can you get high off it?
No, it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything.
Really stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next.
Okay, great.
Not
It's time.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the
Ooh,
clipboard.
look at this. I have a better chance of opening it now because I cracked it on the knee like Burke. So because I got that information, I can re-roll this, put the ledger away, and let me go talk. I'm going to do that after I go to the interview. I don't want to miss the appointment. So that was actually really an inspiring transaction for me. I remembered that, you know, I can also get a reroll if I get a bonus from more information. So checking everything, clicking on everything, talking to people can help me as well as leveling up. So that was good. Now let's go talk to our buddy. He should be up there, I think. Let me look at my journal. Oh no, 2100, not 8 p.m., not 1800. So it's only 6. Okay. Well then, I'm gonna try something really lame, and I'm gonna quick save it. Actually, I'm gonna save it over this file, and then try to open the compartment. I don't know what everyone's feelings are about the old, like, you know, save the game, try the roll. If you don't reload and roll again to try to get on with it. It seems sort of like cheating, but then also kind of what I do in many games. You save it, if you die, you reload, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's a gaming morality gray zone, I guess. I'm still going to try it again.
It's the ledger you found in the trash is
Oh,
still
I rolled
not
snake
what
eyes.
happens. Fuck, strange. Why does it make you so angry?
Man, that stinks. Alright, well, next time I get interfacing...
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Great. So I'm not gonna... You know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to load it one time. I'll give myself one reroll, but that's it. I rolled snake eyes, which is just like absolutely bad, and I've already rolled on this before. So I'm gonna just make my own rule, and sometimes I will give myself one reroll for the interest of progressing in the game,
found in the trash.
considering I've made so many mistakes. And see, here we go.
The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly.
Okay.
The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
slide it open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Wow. Ouch. Pick up the stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
Okay, pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Huh.
A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Awesome. And maybe it's juicy fruit. Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Mm-hmm.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins.
That's my name.
You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
What was that?
Frisson covers your entire body, a feeling of cold, a persistent chill.
No, I'm not going to let it go. I want to read it.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out, you're asleep behind me. It says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road.
Huh.
Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Oh, Harry.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head.
Oh, God.
Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
The screen has gone black.
Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Uh-oh, I lost it.
No. Hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
What?
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways? That didn't go well. It looks like I passed out. My gosh, I was happy at one point. Oh, what is this? It's another screen. Did I die? Have I gone to the afterlife? Begin?
There is nothing.
What?
Again.
Nothing.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
Oh, so wait,
Slimy.
Is this what plays at the beginning of the game? Did I die, or is this dialogue different? I mean, no, I was cool, I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Oh my god.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
Oh.
Because it's always there.
New thought. Was that the X something? The...
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
There was something about a bow collector, too.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Got a new thought. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's Kim.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Hey. Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Nice.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Good point.
Actually, beer and cider have loads of water in them.
It's true. You know, in the Franco-Nigerian centuries, the quality of water was so bad it was sometimes more hygienic to drink beer.
But these are not the Franco-Nigerian centuries. We are in the present. It is safe to sometimes drink water here.
All right.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
Okay.
What happened?
I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
The ledger of failure and hatred. I got it back.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
Yep.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
I got some experience. Now that was an event. Alright, so we got some new thoughts. I passed out. Seeing some really, really painful memories of the past. Okay. Well. You know, one thing that Anastasia mentioned to me was that I should check the coal room where our friend resides, Cindy, the skull. And let's do that. I always need to try and find some way around Measurehead. Something that would give me an edge. So, I know that they said Joyce has somebody positioned high up, and this tower actually does go higher up than most of the others. So that's a thing. Oh look, Kim went in there. Like behind there somehow. Interesting. Okay, so I did check in here, and nothing's lighting up. Excuse me, as something I can do. Okay, so I'm going to go into my... Oh, what happened? Where's my ledger? Oh, look at this. I can hold this and gain empathy and inland empire and like beat people with it. That's funny, but it takes away from my authority. You would think that like a police clipboard would add to your authority, but not in this case. Oh, and I need to have this equipped if I want to see the tar or whatever, the tear or the bottles. Okay. Alright, let's talk to Cindy, see if she says anything about her apartment.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Nice.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets.
I need to do that.
It's too calm right now.
Okay.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
You got that right. Catch you later, Cindy. Okay. Well, nothing going down up here right now. Just gonna troll around for a little bit, pass some time until 2100. I believe there was a question of whether or not I could talk to Lena and do a dialogue option with her. Let's check the balcony over here too. This is where I gotta be anyway. Let's see what we've got going around here. Alright, oh, there's some green dots. Now you're talking. See, this is definitely like up by past Measurehead up here. What does that mean? I just can't open it? It's making like a clicking sound. I mean, I could easily just climb over this. Like, come on. Do it. I guess not. Or, I mean, can't we just jump over here? Man, I'm so close. I think I should risk everything and jump. Alright, I guess not. Okay. I don't think the pry bar would have worked on that door. Maybe it would have.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Alright.
The worn map features the... A cockatoo is a... This book talks about the...
No, I already got that. Okay, oh no, I still can interact with it. Okay.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
Slide it
Without
open.
resistance or sound.
Close
it's
it.
Slightly.
Look at the case files.
Petty theft, spousal abuse. You
Ah,
don't
okay.
exact...
Alright, fine. Nothing to do there. Alright, well, we've exhausted everything that we can do with the ledger. And that's good. Should have done that earlier in the game, but you know. Oh man, I want to jump up through this hatch so badly. I'll take that outfit. I'll take whatever. Get me in there. No. She's always good to talk to. Very helpful.
Trying to sneak up.
Yes, I'm trying to sneak up on you. Yes, I am. Alright. Well... I don't know where her husband is. I haven't been doing a very good job finding the man. Okay. You know, it's interesting that you don't pass time walking around. At least that I've seen yet. I guess that's nice, so you don't lose the game just walking around too much, but... Uh-huh. I did that. Now getting across this will be nice. I've looked through his stuff. There's a balcony. Tommy does not want to talk. Huh. Alright, so let me look in my inventory and just see if I interact with the book. Does this pass time?
This book talks about the delicate nature of twos. Where to even begin? All cockatoos and pet owners also report mood. It is not.
Alright, there we go. Past 15 minutes.
Cockatoo if you're not able to. This is a Ooh. Perhaps in the words of poet explorer, despite its banging name, you're right. Not great. Performing. Yes.
Alright, here we go. So I guess we just click on this a bunch to try to pass time.
Where to even be pet owners. It is not where pet it is.
Okay, so I'm just going to push the number 1
where
button.
To even begin.
Perfect. All right.
All cockatoos are known for their needy pet owners. Also, it is not recommended.
Okay. Almost did it. Almost passed enough time. So that's how you can pass time, is just keep looking at the book, keep interacting with it. Closed up the shop. Alright. Lamps are coming on. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go meet my guy. I've got an appointment with the cigarette smoking man on the balcony. Okay, so this is his apartment. Let me just get right by it and look at my book.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erect. This book, where to even be pet owners, also it is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them. Where to even be pet owners, it is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're.
Bam. He's here. I see him. We're going to talk to him.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
We found you. The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Yeah. Yes, the cleaning lady let us in.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Ignore his question. I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Your Sunday friend. By the way, I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Yes.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather. Even the rain feels nice.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
Okay.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
Uh-oh.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Okay.
Take care, all right?
Whoa, I got a lot of experience. Perception coming in. Sweet.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned?
His shirt.
His lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter.
His shirt.
His shirt?
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
As though trying to... His mouth tightens as though trying to hold something back.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
All right. Let's go for it. Let's see who's in here. Probably somebody with a gun waiting to kill me. It's going to be a good time. I can feel it. Wow, look at all these green dots. Oh my gosh, I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 cents. Yes. A quarterly business magazine. An old photo in the same apartment dated year 01. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Oh, there's more money over here. Flyers for underground parties. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Okay. Oh, he's got a Samaran conical hat. I guess we just take it. And what's in here? Oh my gosh, he's got a party dragon silk robe. Take it. Yes. Now I'm talking. Alright.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government.
I see.
I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
I see.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Okay.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Show him the silk robe. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business.
I see.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod, turned to the lieutenant. This is just the break we've been looking for.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
He eyes the spectacled man near the window, who smiles and spreads his hands. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
Okay.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Awesome.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Everyone turned out the lights. The whole town was in on it.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
Oh, yes, they can. How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men? Women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
What ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
Yeah, what time?
All I can say is that it was late.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
Not at all.
I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
I see.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
But what are you doing in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Mm-hmm.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
You're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important.
That doesn't tell me
It's the
anything.
central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my
The
questions at all.
coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Of course I would.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
I see.
But, oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today.
Aw.
That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Fantastic. I've heard of this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
So we're actually working for the moral intern. That doesn't seem so bad.
There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me? I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
Good call.
A very moralist answer.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
I see.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not
He is like,
represent
no.
the views of the RCM.
I don't like what you said.
My friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
And you're telling me that this world here is working out well?
It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend.
I see.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sur la Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
Nice.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
This guy's got a way with words. He's a good bureaucrat.
Darling, that can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sur la Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
All right, enough business. Let's talk about
Whatever
something
you
else.
wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
Yes.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
Uh-huh.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
I see, but what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
But what do the letters stand
It's
for?
been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No. It's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
No. Didn't you say candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation.
I see.
But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition occupied
One of
Revachol.
the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
What do you mean?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but
Man, this guy loves flyers.
now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretending to be waiting for a motor bus. It's neither funny nor creative.
It's like waiting for Godot. You still haven't told me out who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking
But
about
I
him.
told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts.
Mm-hmm.
It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
But what about his real
Officer,
name?
you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases,
We do.
right?
We do. Our
Please
methods
don't put me
involve
in this situation.
me hitting you in the kneecaps with my ledger until you are bound to a wheelchair. Do you understand? So all you can tell me is that he's here to study
He's
the
deeply
arts.
enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Great.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
There's a dead body hanging in the tree.
A dead body we still need to get down, by the way.
Yeah, this guy can help us.
Listen,
What? I'm not hearing
the
anything.
Insulindian Bay.
What
This
about
place
it?
used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
Yeah.
A busy bee. What an odd choice of words.
Very odd. I had something
I'm
else in
all
mind.
ears, officer.
That's all
A
we
moment.
need.
Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around the apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
So this is the last time I'll ever be able to talk to this person, but I think I exhausted all dialogue options, so good. And I think I got everything out of this apartment. Wow, that was awesome. Well, everyone, truly, we got some new revelations. We've leveled up, and I'm excited to put all these pieces together and try to make some progress. We'll go to sleep, we'll do our wrap-up with Kim, and then the next day we'll get to try to open up the canal and move on to the next zone. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an excellent evening or day, and I'll check you next time. Take care.